everyone as we work down through the stairs. But with that, I will keep your mics muted. If you have a question while they're giving the tour, please use the chat function and I will pass the question along. We will have time at the end. We built in some extra time here, so you can ask questions about any scope of the project, whether it's the kitchen or not. So I'll turn it over to Tom and Jen now, and if you want to unmute, we'll take it from here.
All righty, hello everybody. It's a beautiful day in Seattle. Not sure where everyone is at, but it's like I said, a beautiful day here, and we're standing on the second floor in the new part of the building in what will be the senior lounge, which is a new element. We've kind of designed one of the floors to appeal to seniors. There's some private restrooms, and then there's a lounge and study and bedrooms. So you can see the view that I think everyone remembers. We can see the lake, the mountains, and then what you're also looking at is the steel will be a deck off of this floor. We have a deck down on the first floor, you can see, and then there's actually a deck on the basement level outside the weight room and game room. So let's think about, okay, so since we met last a month ago, what have we accomplished? So a lot of framing has occurred in the new building. They're actually framing above us on all the walls on the third floor. And then this weekend we expect our roof trusses and then roof sheeting, new shingles. So and the old section roof will also be replaced. So that's all gonna happen in the next couple weeks, maybe sooner. And so the new building will definitely take shape, and we'll really have a feel for that. The other things that are going on is in the old section of the building, the electrical work is happening, so all the electrical rough-in is going on. And in the new section around us and down lower levels is all the plumbing is happening. So lots going on. As soon as we frame up the third floor, get the roof on, the plumber will finish on this side, switch to the other, and the electrician will come over on this side. So lots going on. We've got all our masonry, tuck pointing starting, window wraps and waterproofing of the old building as we await windows and doors, which should be coming sometime, hopefully in the next month or in a month or so. So we'll be able to see that next time we get together. Let me think. That's pretty much the update in this space. I don't know, Craig, what do you think of what's going on here?
It's really amazing. It's a whole new house. New plumbing, new electrical, new rooms. We've got a brand new house. It's going to be exciting.
Were you going to say something about vendors?
Oh yeah. So, also, just so you know, one of the big things that we're working on right now, and especially as part of the Built to Last campaign, is figuring out all of the furnishings in the house. And so each study room, which will act as a bedroom and storage space for the actives, we're working on all those furnishings, trying to establish what we can afford and in need of more fundraising. So I think everyone's aware of the Built to Last campaign. Please consider additional giving or initial giving, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we move through the house. But
that's how the house will get outfitted.
That's what we're after right now. So
yeah.
Hope everyone can help out in whatever way they can. I think, Tom, have any questions come in that we might answer while we're here before we walk down through the house and over to the dining room?
No questions right now. Can you maybe get one more shot out the window just to show the framing of the new section? Okay, I'll get a good look at that. And then turn towards the house a bit.
So there's the windows on the third floor that you're seeing right there.
So Tom, that piece that I think covers everything front parking lot, correct?
Correct.
That's all.
So here, yeah, point down and let's show this deck. So you can see the planter walls, the concrete planter walls out by the construction fence towards the sidewalk. I don't know if you guys can see that.
also come out front here, you can see it right against the sidewalk.
There's a question. Does it feel much bigger now that it's been extended out over the parking lot? It's gotta be.
I think it's feeling great. Much bigger, especially the party room downstairs feels large. The ceiling heights feel great, especially on the first floor.
I think that especially the new section to me feels gigantic. I mean, we're looking out. We can go over and look at out the windows that are over here, and it feels like we're towering above Five Side. I mean, like you could count all the shingles on their roof, which it didn't feel like that before. Maybe it was, but it didn't seem like it.
It feels closer to Five Side for sure.
Yeah.
You guys can.
And up high.
Yeah.
Like we were looking at their chimney.
Wow. This is the second floor, right?
Yeah. So this is from the second floor. Still great views. So just wait till we get up on the third.
So
And potentially the roof deck. If we can fund that, we'll fit the roof deck out for opening also.
So, Vishal, if you could get along so for the young ones, if you had call the DMZ or sort of no man's land down here, this sidewalk. Can you see? I'm going to take the phone for a sec. So this, you'll be able to come in off of this sidewalk here, and then all of this space. There's a door back here. I'm probably upside down. Sorry, but this will all be like concrete and well lit and not creepy, and that'll be nice.
And clean.
And clean. Here, I'm gonna give this back to Vishal.
Okay. We're gonna start walking down through the building and we'll head for the entry foyer.
This is a new staircase. It's against Five Side. This is the bar room.
Bar room! Woo! Right here we got the bar room. You know what goes down here. Future deck. A lot of hockey in that corner. Let's go. We're looking at the formal right there. Got a bunch of nice couches, pool table, talk about it.
Tom, can you hear us?
Oh, sorry about that.
So we need to start from the front door?
Yeah. Jen's gonna kind of.
I'm gonna take this.
Oh, do you want to do that? Yeah.
Wait, Tom, before we start on the kitchen part, there's a question. There will be the new and old section will be flush, right?
This will be the new dining room.
Right.
Correct, and no fire doors, so it's one house, literally one building. It used to be two buildings between the old section and the new section.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna take over.
Ask how that connection is.
Is the connection still okay?
Yeah, we're doing fine now that we're out of the circle.
Okay, so it feels like I've been giving lots of tours, and so when I start, I sort of start from this vantage point so we can sort of orient everybody where we are. So we're in the foyer, right? Front door, library, door to go downstairs and the spiral stairs. So over here, just to sort of get some perspective, so right here would have been the doorway that led, depending on what area you were here, this was the tech room or the, what was it, Tom? The telephone. There were phone booths in this room.
Telephone, yeah, the mail
Here.
room and phone booths.
Mail room and telephone booths. Lol. So anyway, tech room. So now here is the entry to the dining room. So it's, should look familiar to everybody.
Although bigger.
French doors. Yes, bigger. So also another, just to sort of try to get everybody oriented about how it got bigger. The original brick footprint hasn't changed, so we needed to squeeze all of the sort of service spaces into the existing space. So to make the dining room, to get some space for the dining room, to seat the number of people who are going to be sleeping here, this right here is the window. It used to be in the kitchen and the dish machine was right in front of it. So the dining room wall used to be probably right about here. So the dining room wall moved to the north, maybe, I don't know, I'm a terrible judge of distance and volume, but like
5 feet.
5-6 feet?
Yep.
All the way along. So the whole plane of this wall moved over. So then from here, this is sort of the big wide opening. This thing is to move, this thing is to move beams. So entrance to the kitchen. So plenty is, it's like plenty is the same and plenty's different in here. So once again, this little corner of this window is where the dish machine used to be. This area will now, right along here, will be the new self-serve area, which is good. It also means that the self-serve, the mini kitchen area, or I think Tom called it the peanut butter bar, depending on your era, will now be in the kitchen and therefore fall under the umbrella of the health department. So the mini kitchen will now be always as clean as the kitchen is. Yay. So these are the windows that face Zates. There were sinks there, and those sinks will come back. There's this gigantic new beam that got installed. It's huge. And so this beam will be, if you ever, like in your elementary school, or if you think about like a wall at the front of a store at the mall or something, there will be one of those walls that be able to stack against the wall. And then when you want it open, or when you want to close off this part of the kitchen, they will unfold and close off this whole span. So the kitchen will be able to be closed off from the mini kitchen, since I have some rules about needing to keep bread and whatever available, plus wanting you guys to have food in at night. So sinks that face Zates, same back door to the back lot. I'm confident that there will still be lots of traffic through the kitchen because this is going to still be the easiest way to get to the back lot. This is where the hood will go, sort of very much like anybody would remember it. And so there will be some equipment that goes under the hood. This beam, I think this beam was replaced, but it was there just now. There's just
holding up the old section.
Yeah, I think this beam holds up the whole the whole old section. Yep. There will be a double convection oven here that doesn't need to go under the hood. This window was in the walk-in before, but nobody would have ever known it because it was covered up by probably insulated panels that made up the wall of the walk-in. These two windows were in the first floor bathroom, and that will now be the walk-in. So those windows will get filled in, and that will be all walk-in space to this wall right here. This thing is a grease interceptor, which is sort of like a septic system for grease. It'll go in the ground, and anymore you can't put in garbage disposals in commercial kitchens. So anyway, it's just a side note. But anyway, that's what that thing is. And then back here, we're back at the tech room, or the phone booth room. So that's the window that was in the tech room. And so this space has been framed in, and it will be, it'll be the office and the dry storage. And then, So we're coming back, turning around, facing Zates now. So along here, along this space, there will be a long counter. I forget how long it is, but long. It's funny, when we first started this project, the earliest renditions of the earliest versions of this kitchen had this like weird little horseshoe shaped kitchen, and I was like, it was one of those days, totally exasperated, and I'm sure I was talking to Tom, and I'm like, this kitchen needs to look like Benihana.
Jen,
you know?
how many months did we spend designing the kitchen?
The first
18 probably.
The first drawings I have that I did in pencil were from April 2017. So this feels like a very long project to me, but then Tom came on board, and yes, it's been
Took a while, but we got there.
a labor of love for sure. And so there, along this counter that will be here, it won't be an L shape like it was, but a long straight counter, but there's room for at least 7 or 8 bar stools.
And then more just a little bit behind and around the peninsula countertop that'll be right here.
Right. So that whole idea, we didn't go round and round, but there was a lot of conversation where I, and wanting to advocate. It's like, this kitchen needs to be like any kitchen in any house. Doesn't need to be smaller. We don't need to get rid of. This is where you're gonna laugh and you're gonna cry and we're gonna tell stories and we're gonna cook and we're gonna do all the things that you should be doing that you would do in a normal kitchen. This is the kitchen of just a great big home with lots of people. And so therefore, at least I think that's how it should be designed. Oh wait, where did our plans go? Oh, they're right here. I missed them. So these plans, there's a shadow here. But here, I'll show you, here's my favorite spot. So here's, to orient, the sinks that face Zates. This is the whole new wall. Oh, I forgot about the dish room. Here's the dish room, right? So it'll be just on the back side of the dining room wall. But see these little squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's for you, right? That's where you're gonna come and visit, and we're gonna sit and we're gonna chat, and hopefully I'll get some work done. And anyway, that'll be for me the best part of this whole plan.
Yeah.
But then bigger, here we go. Here's
Jen, one thing to add is that so different from what everyone was used to is that the kitchen was really separated by a wall from the dining room. Now we'll actually have an open kitchen. From all areas of the dining room, you'll be looking straight into the kitchen when that operable wall is open. So it's really gonna be cool. It's gonna be really amazing space.
So these little bar stool squares right here, this whole thing, all the way down to here, almost to the entry to the walk-in here, which is the first floor bathroom. This is all, this one, and this one is all one long counter.
Work table.
So that, that makes me happy. But again, here's the mini kitchen. So whoa, kitchen, mini kitchen.
Service counter.
Yeah, service
Between
counter.
the kitchen and the dining room.
It's gonna be spotless. It's gonna be beautiful. So based on what I said, so pantry back here, this is the whole tech room. Walk in where the first floor bathroom was. The dish area moved from here to here. Well designed instead of the weird design we have and the terrible one we have at DU. So well designed. Yeah, and then seating for the whole fam, right? Seating for everybody.
Yep.
So that's the plan. That's where we are. So no, go ahead. I was gonna say I'm just gonna look back toward the sort of the entrance and the front door because this should all look familiar. Okay.
So one question is the old girls' bathroom, women's bathroom, the entryway bathroom, did it get moved or we just don't have one anymore?
So one of the things that was required was that the house have a real women's bathroom. When you come in the front door, you turn right and you go through the formal into where the new section's being built. There is a big men's room, sort of centrally located in there behind the bar room. And then in the back of the house, facing the driveway, sort of where Slater was, the Slater,
That's an inside one. Yeah, no one knows. I don't know what that is.
Slater, the ADA rooms that were built, remember, after the bar room, behind the bar room?
Yep.
So that area back there. Anyway, there's a women's
EC Hall.
restroom.
We call that EC Hall.
EC Hall for
Back in the day.
Tom's era. anyway, a women's bathroom back there. I think that there's 2 or 3 stalls
Yep.
in there, and then
So it's in the new section.
it's bathrooms.
New area, new building.
Bathrooms in the new area. And then there's one little lovely. We could just dedicate a whole tour. There's one little bathroom with 1 stall, that's just for whoever will cook here, which right this moment is me. So I don't have to share a bathroom with any of you, which is
It'll be locked.
fantastic.
You'll have a key.
Wait, what was that?
It'll be locked and you'll have the key.
Woo woo! Yay for me. Hey Marcus. So yeah, for women's first floor bathroom, or there's a women's bathroom and a big men's bathroom in the new section on the first floor.
Other questions from folks on the call? And it could be kitchen oriented or
Anything, yeah.
Project oriented.
No questions.
Sounds like we wore them out.
Yeah.
Tom, how many people do we have on today?
There's about 18 or so.
Okay. Cool.
I just want to thank everyone for showing up and listening in. Please share this. Let other folks know about the progress. We will put this on our social channels so other people can watch it. And as Tom and Jen mentioned, just a huge amount of change over the last month with the framing going up. I do want to thank Jen for helping out on the tour, and she is so much more than a chef. She is the chief operating officer really of the active house. So she does a lot of work for us. So kudos to her, and thanks to Marcus and Michelle for helping with the photography.
Yay.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining.
Yep. Right back there.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Right. Well, we didn't double our number.